Hello, this is Jerry Ellison from ppcXpress. Hey, thanks for stopping by our site today. Since 2009, tens of thousands of advertisers have been suspended from advertising on Google AdWords. And that's probably the reason you're here today. You may be one of those people. Well, if you have been suspended, you know how frustrating it is, you know how difficult it is to get answers, and your business may have taken a serious hit as a result. So when you've been used to having success on AdWords, and then one day you wake up and there are no impressions, there are no clicks, there are no leads, and there is no business, well, you're in a state of shock. And I know that because it happened to me in the summer of 2009, and it's a horrible feeling. And what's even worse is that when I tried to find out what the problem was and what I should do to fix it, nobody could tell me. I certainly contacted Google, but even when they did respond to my calls and emails, I still didn't really understand what I was supposed to do. Well, after a couple of months of that, I finally realized, there's just not a lot of help out there for suspended advertisers. So that's when I decided I was going to do whatever it took. I was going to figure this out, and I was going to understand what Google wanted from their advertisers. So I teamed up with a friend of mine that was also suspended from AdWords, and we started learning how to understand Google's landing page and site quality guidelines, their advertising guidelines, their terms and conditions, and their policies from the inside out. And within a couple of months, we figured out what Google wanted. We managed to get our own accounts reinstated, and we began to advertise again. Well, when the word got out about that, a lot of other people reached out to us and asked for our help, and we were able to help them as well. So that's when we decided to become a certified Google AdWords partner, and we began our pay-per-click management agency, which is called PPC Renegade, back in the fall of 2009 with a particular specialty in Google AdWords compliance. And we've been assisting suspended advertisers now for several years in a variety of different industries and business models with the process of getting unsuspended by Google. We were the very first and we were the original pay-per-click management agency that specialized in Google AdWords compliance, not really by choice, but out of necessity. Because back in 2009, when Google really started suspending tens of thousands of people's accounts, nobody else was out there doing it at the time. Now, over 4 years later, we're one of the top pay-per-click management agencies in the Google Engage for Agencies program because we've been able to help our suspended clients get back on Google and recover more than 138 million visitors to their websites that they would have otherwise lost if they hadn't taken advantage of our services. But there's one point that I want to emphasize here. Even though we have an 89% success rate now going all the way back till 2009 for assisting clients and getting unsuspended and back on AdWords again, this is definitely a case-by-case situation. There are no guarantees that everybody's going to be able to get reinstated and advertise on Google again, and sometimes there's a lot of work involved. However, when you get suspended by Google, you realize very quickly that getting back on AdWords again is a big priority. And in order to do that, you're going to have to keep an open mind, and you're going to have a do-whatever-it-takes kind of attitude to make it happen. And for some businesses, that could be the difference between keeping your doors open long-term or possibly closing up shop. So if that's the reason you're here today, then we can help you. Listen, if you've tried everything you could think of, if you've had the phone calls, you've had the emails, you've had the chats, and you still just don't know what to do about your suspended Google AdWords account situation, and you just want to get some straight answers with no hype from the original AdWords compliance agency that's been there since day one, and who understands AdWords compliance from the inside out, then here's how you can get in touch with us. First, go to the Get Started section on this page or any page on our site, click on the button to continue. Next, you're going to be redirected to our Google AdWords assessment form. Please fill that out completely. It's very important because it'll help us better understand your unique suspension situation. Then, when we get that assessment form from you, we're going to contact you by phone or email within 24 to 48 hours, and we'll set up a short, free telephone consultation. And by the way, if you're outside the US or Canada, give us your Skype ID because we'll contact you on Skype. We're going to ask you some questions about your suspension, about your history with Google, about what happened, and more importantly, we're going to give you some real answers about whether or not we can help you. So if that sounds like something that makes sense for you and your business, click on that Get Started button, fill out the assessment form on the next page, and we'll be in touch with you soon. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for your time today, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.